I wanted to see our water bill this month. I wanted to see what we got.
And then I had a friend tell me last night that they're out in Fresno Clovis area. They got told that they use 50,000 gallons. So I think there's something with these smart meters that have either been hacked or set up wrong, or I don't know, because this is outrageous.
You
Well,
know,
maybe that's what's going on with my PG&E.
Well, that's just a given. I mean,
I got a $261 bill. I'm just like freak out.
oh, well, that's cheap.
Somebody muted us and now we can go back on, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yes. I think it said you muted us. Jeff, you're still muted? I mean, you're not muted?
I'm not muted anymore.
I'm not either.
My goodness.
such
How's it-
rebels.
I know Faye said something back there.
I said such rebels.
My two are just laying here. And the third one's outside.
Oh, my dogs are in here. They're on the other chair, but I was like, look at all of us unmuting ourselves like we're not supposed to.
Well, I don't see the rabbi, do you? No.
No, I don't see the rabbi either.
He didn't even ask for the old thumbs up.
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, it could be late getting started.
Yeah. Oh, that's a different picture. Oh, blow it back.
Has anybody heard anything about the funeral arrangements for Ron or no?
He did pass away, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Tuesday. I think there's going to be a memorial service later on, but that's kind of what I heard in the background. Rabbi will let us know when, or we'll be informed when there'll be a memorial.
We just saw him last Friday.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Very
I think
sad.
he passed Tuesday night.
Hopefully he went into sleep peacefully.
Yeah.
Mercury sent me a copy of our.
I got it.
Did you get a copy of
The bill?
the
Yeah.
things to put in your car?
Wow.
That's bullshit. Don't get scammed. Yeah, your payment was nice. Said it's another payment. Give us the information for your
You
new
need to
credit
check on
card.
the order then. You do need to do that. You need to pull up the site. When the last time we got it going.
She got hers, ours in the mailbox. They all come out at the same time.
Or she said when she worked for Basement and Water, they used to split it and cut them out one month and a half.
Shabbat shalom.
Ours is due this month.
Let's do it. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash. Again, Shir Adonai. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shir Adonai, Shir Adonai, O Haaretz, Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash. Sing unto God. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai, Ko Haaretz, Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadash. We will sing unto God a new song. Shabbat Shalom. Good to see you all. I think we have a bar mitzvah coming up, don't we? Yes? Yay! Yes, that's your cue. Come on up, but over to the candles, where you'll be joined by the women of your family or close family friends. It doesn't have to be related or not. Mom, Baba. And we'll do the lighting of the candles. So Emmanuel will be called to Torah tomorrow as bar mitzvah. And we're excited, right? Yes? Maybe a little bit nervous? Whenever you're ready, if you go ahead and light, you can either just do the blessing or we can all sing it together. Here, wait. Hold that for your grandmother when you get there. I'm pretty sure you know this. There's something about our matches that are just not easy. There is the electronic thing that works. It takes a little getting used to. Just hold it on either side of the wick. We're still working on it. Plus, all the candles come with the wick covered.
Amen.
You want some help? I'll help. We can do it. We can do it. You just have to kind of hold it there. I have experience. 5 years of rabbinic school. Oh, almost. You have to get through the wax first. Oh. And of course, the air conditioner is blowing right on here. Oh, it was almost there. Shabbat Shalom. Mazal Tov. Okay. All right, your brother's going to join you up here. We're going to do Kiddush. Sweet? Yes, it is sweet. That's the point. Over here. Over here. Well, no, first we bless. Come, just get over here. Mic for both of you. All right, you ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav b'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit Ki hu yom techila mikrai kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadeh HaShabbat. L'chaim. It's Jews. Stick them back down there. L'chadodi. This is one of the more traditional melodies. Somebody, where'd he go? Where'd your dad go? Somebody likes the more traditional. He switched to the back. We do, as we get to the final verse, I'll give you a cue, and you like rise and I'll tell you when, and face the entrance in anticipation of the spirit of Shabbat coming to join us. The L'chadodi is the enticement of that spirit of Shabbat. It goes like this. L'chadodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shahamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Hishmi'anu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shemol tiferet v'litila. L'chadodi likrat kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechuvenelcha, ki hi mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nisucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat chila. L'chadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva orech kumi ori, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai Allah yichnigla. L'chadodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. We rise and face the entrance. Bohi v'shalom ateret ba'ala. Gam b'simcha u'tzohola, tochem munei am segula. Bohi chala. You can turn around. L'chadodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. I think you know this one. We can invite your classmates. Do any of your classmates want to come up and help lead this? They're going to try to weasel out of it. It's good practice and experience trying to look like they don't know it or they're not here. Oh, we got a couple coming up. There we go. Do you have to do it? Do you know it? So just hang out there. Y'all ready? This is a an awesome looking group. I'm just going to go with that. All right. Everybody get close. Yikada v'yikada shemei rabba b'yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlik malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael bagala bagala uv'izman kariv v'meru amen. Yehesh me rabba mevorach leolam la me'amaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitala shemei dekudesha b'richu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'meru. Amen. You can hang out for a little while because you're going to know more in a minute. I mean, you're just going to like hang out for a couple that English and this. Well, just stay up here. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai Hamevorach. Adonai, Amevorach, Amevorach, Leolam Vaed. Amevorach, Amevorach, Leolam Vaed. You want to do some English? You want to do some English? Get close. Go for it. Oh, me? Yeah, you. No, you don't want to do it? Oh. You have stage fright? Okay. Anybody else? I mean, I'm happy to. Go ahead.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night as heaven spans into infinity. You set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. More English, anyone? Another volunteer? You can't volunteer somebody else. Okay, go ahead.
O one and only God, you have made each of us unique and formed us to be united in one family of life. Be with us, Eternal One, as we seek to unite our lives with your power and your love. We proclaim now your oneness and our own hope for unity. We acclaim your creative power in the universe and in ourselves, the law that binds world to world and heart to heart.
Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Y'all know this. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated. You all still know this? You may know this. Rafi. Come on, join us. Come on. Well, here, they can pass this one around. Just pass it around per line or something. Here we go. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha vidibarta baham beshivtecha bevetecha uvlektecha vaterech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot ayadecha vehayu letotafot beineinecha ukavtam amesuzot beitecha Uvisharecha Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai Vitem kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. I'll take that. Yeah, have a seat. So, Well, there's in a couple minutes. There's more that you know. So, why don't y'all just sit up here? I think you're over there. You want to stay up here? You're just going to keep leading? Sure. Okay. You want to do more English? Sure. Go for it.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go, it is essentially Egypt. That there is a better place, a promised land. That the winding way to the promise passes through the wilderness. That there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ichamocha ba'elim Adonai. Ichamocha nedar b'chodesh. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Torah tehilot, osef eleh. Torah tehilot, osef eleh Adonai. You know this one? Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, Rosalenu sukat shomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 You all know this part again too. Come on back. Well, I don't know. It's up to you. This section has many names. One of them is tefillah, which means prayer. Another is amidah, which means standing. I heard an old man groan from someone younger than I am. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 sfatai tifta. Ana na 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 ufi agi tehilatecha. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 sfatai tifta. Ana na 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 ufi agi tehilatecha. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 sfatai tifta. Ana na 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 ufi agi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanoram El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim
Ve'koneh hakol Ve'zocher hashtei avot v'imahot U'mevii gula livnei bnechem Leman
Shemo be'ahava Melech Ozer u'Mashiach u'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah Atah gibor leolam Adonai Mechaye hakol atah Rav lehoshia Morid hatah Mechakel chayim bechesed Mechaye hakol berachamim rabbi Somech noflim verofech olim Umatir asurim Umekayem emunato Lishenei afar Milchamocha ba'al gevurot Umidom melach Melech memit umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman ata l'hachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We continue silently for a few moments with our own thoughts, prayers, and reflections. You may continue seated or standing as you prefer. You all can go head back. You can have a sense of Say shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oh, say shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru amen. At this point in our service is when we add in our Misha Berach prayer for healing. Of course, at home on Zoom, if you want to type names into the chat of people you are sending those blessings out to, you are welcome to do so. We'll give an opportunity to add those blessings here in the room as well. I know for many of us right now that we're not sending them quite as far as we would have been. Just kind of across town, we're sending our healing blessings to your Uncle Gabi, hoping that he's feeling better and better. I think if we wrap our hearts around these blessings strongly enough, they'll make it all the way down Herndon, just as far as the hospital, and then he'll feel them. I know he feels them. Are there other people who you would like to mention for Misha Berach healing blessings? For them, for all those who could use the blessings, we offer our Misha Berach prayer of healing. Ve'imotenu, may the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Ishebera imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. In addition to blessings of healing, we want to send blessings out as well to friends, family, to those who've been affected, and pray for the release of hostages. It's a traditional blessing. It's been around for a long time. In fact, in Talmud, it talks about what one does. One of the highest responsibilities is the redemption, the freeing of hostages. And this formula comes from old sources, not anything new, unfortunately. Achenu kol beit Yisrael, achiotenu kol beit Yisrael, hantunim b'tzara uvashvia, ha'omdim bein bayam uvein bayabasha, hamakom yirachem alehem, v'yotziem mitzara lirvacha, ume'afela le'ora, umishibud legeula, hashta ba'agalo, vizman kari v'imru amen. Our brothers, the whole house of Israel, our sisters, the whole house of Israel, who are in distress and captivity, who wander over sea and land, may God have mercy on them and bring them from distress to comfort, from darkness to light, from slavery to redemption, now, swiftly, and soon. And we say, Amen. I've been thinking a lot about Haifa, not just because it's home to the Lowenheim family. It's had a special place in my heart since I spent a summer there way back in the 80s. That's like a long time ago now. And you know it's old when people do retro themed dances and you still have clothes in your closet from that time. Anyway, I think Haifa offers us some beauty during these difficult times. But before we spend a little time in Haifa, let's take a brief detour to check out what's happening in Deuteronomy at the moment. There are several things going on in this week's Torah reading, and I'm going to leave most of that to Emmanuel. He's got it covered. He's going to talk about it tomorrow. So I'm just going to take a bit of inspiration from the first verse of this week's reading and then go from there. So in Deuteronomy chapter 11, right at the very beginning of the Parsha, it says, Re'eh anochi noten lifnechem hayom bracha uklala. See, this day I set before you blessing and curse. Throughout Deuteronomy, we're reminded that God gives us the choice between blessings and curses, which seems ridiculous. Why would anyone choose a curse? And yet, people do all the time. People make bad choices. Communities make bad choices. Nations make bad choices. I'm a fan of good choices. Which brings me back to Haifa. At least the Haifa that I remember. I saw it briefly during my first summer in Israel. It's a beautiful tiered city along the northern coast. The University of California sent our Year Abroad program students there for Opan. the summer language program. And while I think they did it to give us some variety, I found it a much more effective program simply because there was much less English in the community. So we really needed to use our burgeoning Hebrew skills on the streets around us. So that was my second time in Israel, junior year. We head off with the University of California program. Why Haifa? And sure, wherever we went, we had to use our Hebrew. As opposed to in Jerusalem, where most of the other foreign students were there learning Hebrew. And you get into town, and you've been practicing in the bus all the way down to say what it is in your best Hebrew, and it comes out perfect, and the merchant looks at you and says, "Try English." Because their English is good. Haifa, there's not as much English on the streets. Anyway, so I know I'm thinking about it more than usual because Emmanuel's family, and here now, Thomas grew up there. Your Baba Susanna still lives there, but we're of course glad you're here with us tonight. But it also has a particular character that it was known for then, and I believe it still has. That character still survives. It's the biggest Israeli city with significant integration between Jews, Arabs, and Druze. That adds up to 4 religions: Jewish, Arab, Muslim, Arab Christian, and Druze. I got to know the city through the university. It's way up at the top of the hill. We lived in the dorms alongside students from that entire diverse background. We didn't share classes because we spent all day in Hebrew class, diverse in its own way with people from all around the world, but we mixed in other ways. So this was our Opon class. That's me with a lot of hair. There are Californians from all over California. You knew it was mixed in California because there were University of California students and Stanford students. They don't usually mix. In our class, we did. There were South Americans. There was the old guy standing off to the left there. I don't remember his name, but he was a student in our class. And yeah, the guy with curly hair in the front, that's me. I was also taking the picture. Back in the day when we didn't have automatic things, it was a timer on an old camera with 35 millimeter film. Do people remember those things? All right, back to Haifa University. Some of us connected outside our cultural origin with football. Here we call it soccer. That's not what they call it anywhere else in the world. We played it indoors on the basketball court. It was fun. It was intense. And it was absolutely diverse. It was certainly an opportunity to spend time with people from very different backgrounds. An article from the Jerusalem Post this past February talks about the efforts the school has been putting in to maintain this diversity and as much comfort as possible between the different communities coming together. As they reopened campus after a long delay because of the war, they handed out wristbands saying, "Continuing to learn together." And just coming up with the right statement that spoke to them, to the students, without attempting to be rosy, as they put it, was quite a challenge. The article mentions Professor Muna Maroon, a Christian Israeli Arab, who is vice president and dean of research and development at the university, who said that almost all the Arab students were afraid and apprehensive about the return to campus, especially first-year students who never really spent time being around Jews before and have limited Hebrew. And most Jewish students don't speak Arabic. The lack of communication alone can engender fear and hostility. The article goes on, yet on a personal level, Maroon demonstrates how the university can transcend those social stigmas. She said, "I'm indebted to the university, which is so much more than my workplace. It's a place that believed in me, promoted me, where I met my best friends, and we openly expressed our fears and problems. Together with my colleagues, we share our experiences and laugh together. This is exactly what I wish for my students, a place where Jews and Arabs can work together and become friends, and that this tradition will continue." When I lived on campus, we didn't have internet. We didn't have Facebook. Except for a few friends from the University of California program, I'm not in touch with any of the other Haifa students anymore. That is actually a value to that Facebook thing. You're supposed to be able to use it to keep in touch with people. We didn't have it back then. But I have powerful memories that continue and remind me that coexistence is possible. One powerful and slightly disturbing memory will never fade. My apologies, you're going to have to indulge me on this one. It does have a pleasant ending and takes me back to that basketball court where we played indoor soccer. We had a pickup game. I think it was once a week, maybe twice. I was taking a break, sitting on the bleachers, and struck up a conversation with one of the Arab students who was also sitting there. He had a straight red line across his ear. It was a cut. And I asked him what happened. He said, "Oh, no, nothing. It was a misunderstanding." A misunderstanding? I kind of left it. Didn't sound like he wanted to go into any detail. But for some reason, we returned to the subject. Turns out, he explained, a friend of his was angry and attempted to stab him. He put his arm up, and instead of the blade going through his head, it went through his ear. Okay, so much for that. Now, I'm sure I would have remembered that episode alone if that had been the end of it, but the day continued to unfold. This student was personable and friendly. He said they were getting together in his dorm that evening, coffee and such, and I should come by. So this is me, my roommate, and in the middle is, I don't remember his name, this Arab student. Now, I really do try to learn and understand cultures other than my own. And one of the first things I learned about Arab culture is the importance of coffee and hospitality surrounding it. Here in America, when someone says, "Let's do coffee," it means pretty much nothing, right? There's not a whole lot of expectation that it will actually happen. Arab culture is different. Hospitality is extremely important. It is an honor, and turning down an invitation for coffee is disrespectful. And I was curious, so I took the invitation. My roommate there must have been with me when the invitation was given, because I know he was invited. He was actually an Ashkenazic Jew from Mexico City, Miguel. He spoke Hebrew, Spanish, Yiddish, and a bit of English. We head back to our dorm room. This is what the dorms looked like in Haifa. Not the prettiest. To change from playing football. Remember, that's soccer. And Miguel says he's not going. Okay, I'll go alone. Turns out one of my California friends was there too, but it was still almost completely Arab students and just a couple of us English-speaking Californians. We were vastly outnumbered. That's fine. We're hanging out. I accept the coffee offered. I've never been a coffee drinker. I wasn't then. I'm still not now. But I know that turning down Arab coffee from an Arab is not appropriate. You should not do that. And by the way, the coffee is exponentially more powerful than what one typically drinks here. One of the terms for it is café bots that I learned, right? Yeah, which means mud, because there's this sludge at the bottom. That it's basically like putting caffeine directly into your veins. Okay, so in the midst of all this, my new friend, who you saw on the slide before in the middle, begins to get into a rather heated argument with someone who I realized was the other partner in the earlier misunderstanding. Yikes. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there hanging out in their living room next to another Arab who I don't think was a student. Similar age, perhaps a few years older, but dressed in his police uniform. He was an Arab policeman in Haifa. Very nice. He begins to recite Arabic poetry to me in Arabic, which at that point I had not yet studied, and even still, my Arabic's not that great. I said, "You know, I don't speak Arabic." He responded, It doesn't matter. It sounds nice. And I have to admit, it does. In fact, several of our liturgical tunes, our prayer tunes, are based off of Arabic poetic forms. I admit this is a whole colorful tangent, but it remains a positive memory, even though it felt like I had dropped into an episode of The Twilight Zone. It was just one of many memories I've had of powerful, positive encounters with cultures that the media says are enemies. One of my favorite singer-songwriters, David Broza, was born in Haifa. His grandfather co-founded the Arab-Israeli peace settlement Neve Shalom, Wahat as-Salam. Broza writes about the working class life of Haifa. Haifa, Haifa, ir im tachtit. Haifa, a city with a bottom, that's the port level. It's got all these different levels. Haifa, Haifa, ir im atid. Haifa, a city with a future. Haifa, Haifa, ir amitit. Haifa, a real city. And he goes on in his lyrics. They think in Haifa everyone is lost, but the truth is that we work. Long live the worker in the gray overalls. Here I was born, and here I will end, in Haifa. Down there on the lower levels of Haifa is where I found the produce market. It wasn't like some of the fancy farmers markets we have here where you can get your produce and a $6 cup of coffee, which isn't nearly as good as the stuff I had in that dorm room. Just everyone going about their business. Jews, Christians, Muslims, Druze, working class, wealthy, everyone was friendly. And while they didn't need to say it, didn't need to write it, right there on the street corner where we walked up to that marketplace for everyone to see as we approached, welcomed by the words from Leviticus, chapter 19, the passage known as the Holiness Code, our Torah reading for Yom Kippur afternoon. Right there on the marketplace it says, Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, love your neighbor as yourself. Ancient words echoing louder today than ever, if we could only get every ear to open and hear them. It's a beautiful place, and I hope that the image that it is can spill forth. I've seen as well the way disparate cultures in Fresno also get along beautifully. I'm trying to remember, we have an Israeli sister city, but it's not Haifa. Afula? Afula. I'm sorry that I was not part of the decision-making process. No offense to Afula, but come on, Haifa. Haifa's nice. It's also, in my opinion, the best falafel. In either case, whether it's Haifa and shawarma, I'm sorry, whether it's Haifa, whether it's Fresno, these beautiful oases where people come together, and it's not always easy. This is an especially tough time, but it's far more important to get together than it is to argue, even over a cup of coffee, whether you drink it or not. That's the beautiful model. I know that I head into this each week at this point because in the deep words, not all the words that we chant for the next prayer, it's an image of the oneness of humanity that we look forward to in the future. And that is really the core of the prayer, the Aleinu, for which we all rise. Over here, Rafi, get one door. Gently. You're a smart aleck. Okay, that's good. Oh. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegohor aleinu kechol hamonam, V'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. That's as close as it'll go. Thank you, gentlemen. You may be seated for a moment. At home, please, on Zoom, if you're going to add names of people you want to remember for Kaddish, please someone put Kaddish in first so that we have a separation between that and our Misha Berach names. I'll read the list that we have, and if people want to add additional names, they'll be welcome to do so. This week in our congregation, we mark the yahrzeits of Harold Albert, Albert Applebaum, Bertha Arkush, Samuel Epstein, Francis Goldberg, Samuel Herman, Rula Leahimovitz, Louise Hoffinger, Morris Horwitz, Sophie Kaplan, Elizabeth Krebs, Melville Levy, Jacob Masliach, Miriam Rapp, Dorothy Rosenthal, David Sickerman, Henry Solomon, Seal Stoller, Emmanuel Strauss, Sheila Ray Werfel. This is another tough one. We mourn the recent passing this week of Ron Miller, husband of Jane, father of Greg, brother of Carolyn and Suzanne. We don't yet know whether there's going to be a memorial scheduled. If we do find that information out, we'll put that information to the congregation. Ron most recently was our land and building chair on the board, and just such a wonderful person to work with. And I should also point out, this is a recent yahrzeit for David Sickerman, who is a past president of our congregation and beloved to many of us here. Not to lessen the memories of all those people you're here to remember. Are there other names that people would like included for Kaddish this evening? For them, for all those we keep in our hearts, as well as those who do not have anyone to say Kaddish for them, we stand as a community to recite the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Umei Amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shmei Dekutsha Brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'ama v'imru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May all of their memories be for beautiful blessings. Amen. You may be seated. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on Zoom we have our Torah study, and tomorrow at 3:30. You can come up. You want to sing one more with me? We have a bar mitzvah. Are you ready for bar mitzvah?
Yes.
Yes? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Your brother's cheering for you. That's awesome. He's off camera. They can't see him. It'll be great. Yes. And certainly, as always with our community, if people want to come and come to the service, they're always welcome to. Plus, it will be on our Zoom, and it will be It may be available later on YouTube. You'll be famous. Go viral. Whatever that means. Okay, I chose not the more traditional melody. I didn't mean to say, but it was written by Israelis, and decades ago. It's not that new. It's not anywhere close to new. I like it, it's fun. I don't know if you know this version or not. We'll find out. It starts slow, but then it kind of builds up in speed.
I'll follow you.
You'll follow me. Adon Olam Asher Malam B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra La'ed Nasa B'chefsa Kol Azai Melech Shemonika Ve'acharei Kichlotako Livado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Hayam Ve'hu Hovem Ve'hu Yeh Ve'hu Yeh Betifara. Ready? Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Le'ed Nasa V'chefsa Kol Zay Melech Shemoni Kavi Acharei Kichlot HaKol Livado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Okem Ve'hu Yeh Betifara. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Le'ed Nasa V'chefsa Kol Zay Melech Shemoni Kavi Acharei Kichlot HaKol Livado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Betifara Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Betifara. You know this one, yeah? Adon Olam Asher Malam B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Le'ed Nasa B'chefsa Kol Azai Melech Shemonika Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Livado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Hayam Ve'hu Hovem Ve'hu Yeh Betifara. This time we're going to do it full speed. That was only half last time. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Le'ed Nasa V'chefsa Kol Azai Melech Shemoni Kravi Acharei Kichlot HaKol Livado Yimloch Nora Hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Ve'hu Yeh Betifara. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Le'ed Nasa V'chefsa Kol Azai Melech Shemoni Kravi Acharei Kichlot HaKol Livado Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Betifara Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Betifara Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Betifara. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're going to head into the social hall for our oneg. I'm going to let the Zoom people see each other and schmooze, and I'll meet you all back there in a moment for motzi.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Okay.
Shabbat Shalom.
Colleen, you look